When Mirko and Giovanna asked us to do a layout of the exhibition, and they invited us to come, we were at the same time, I guess, we were impressed by this very specific sequence of rooms here of the museum, because we very much, in fact, like enfilade rooms. They're very nice. But given the context, I mean, it's all dealing with health and the notion of well, resolvability of this or not, and the kind of ambiguity of all this. We felt it was needed to do a very simple but ambiguous intervention spatially, which would at least turn upside down the normal sequence of the rooms. So what we came up with was, in a way, these two parallel walls made out of slightly mirroring glass, which are put parallelly with each other, and in some way completely alter, and at the same time, the perception of the rooms, of the space, even of the museum, and the way you walk through the rooms.
So what you have typically in this kind of, this is almost like a fake Beaux-Arts sequence of museum spaces, and they're very focused on the center of the space. And we wanted to, in a way, get rid of that, because in a way there is 6 themes, you could say, like allergy, asthma, etc., but like 6, and there were also 6 rooms, but we didn't necessarily want to make each room into a specific theme. That would have been too obvious, especially together with this kind of idea of the almost the modernity, let's say, of the whole theme of the exhibition, which is how can we in modern society solve problems. You can suddenly shift these themes over the whole plan of the museum, and actually also bring in a new materiality, which is, you could say, almost the translation of this modern way of dealing with things. We looked a long time for, let's say, not having just the basic transparent glass, but it has a slight coating which reflects a bit. So there's always a play between, let's say, what it reflects on the one side or what it shows behind it on the other side. And actually in these very symmetrical spaces, that's exactly how we then afterwards also dealt with, let's say, the content, which is basically, let's say, a lot of frame material, but also models, other things to show on tables. They're all, in a way, put almost classically on the walls, but then again in relation to what we put in the first place, this line of glass.
And they're not put, you know, according to the logic of the rooms, but they're put in a way on another rhythm. As a result, even that perception of the different idea of space, you could almost, it's like, you know, you have a roll of film and you open it, you have an entirely different way of looking. So you look at this window, that window, that window, and the length of the intervention becomes much more apparent. That was important for us.
From the beginning, we had to think with each piece which was to be included or excluded, etc. So even decisions on that level we had to make together, and that's, I would say, a very intensive collaboration.